Good morning, everybody. What's up? It's day 22 of my 30-day hiking challenge. I did 15 of those days without coffee, and then I've been doing pretty good on the coffee. I've only been drinking a few cups a day when I need it. I still do love the flavor of the coffee that I make. Someone tries to give me coffee, and I really don't like anybody else's coffee. I like Starbucks. I just like strong coffee. So I don't need that many cups when I drink strong coffee. So if you come over sometime and I make you coffee, it'll be strong. So, how's everybody doing this morning? Hope you're all doing really good. I've seen a lot of those 30-day challenges coming through. You guys are awesome, and I want to encourage you on your challenge. You got this. Whatever your 30-day challenge is, continue putting them in the comments and letting me know how you're doing. It makes me really happy to see that. What a beautiful morning out this morning. It's a clear skies. I kind of like when we have a few clouds in the sky, but it's really nice out. So today, guys, I wanted to just continue the conversation about building your treasure map, because your treasure map is going to help you with any of these challenges that you want to do or any of the goals that you guys set. And building your treasure map is pretty much just building the strategy that it's going to take to fully accomplish your goal. And I've been building, you can build many treasure maps. So there's one big ultimate treasure map that you can build, and that's your GLP. That's your golden legacy purpose, how you're still going to be serving people 20 years after you're gone. And what I would suggest is that you at least get a grasp on what your GLP is. So you can put the whole treasure map of your whole life together, and then, or at least just define that ending point. Because then as you bring it back, you're going to be able to point all your treasure maps directly to that. And those are your current golden goals, what I call them. Those are your short and long-term goals that lead to your GLP, that lead to your legacy. So how do we build our treasure map? It might seem a little confusing, but really it's thinking through every aspect up front of your project and putting it all on paper. It's brain dumping it into a journal. So for instance, I've just recently been doing this for all my products that I'm developing. And I've been creating a handful of treasure maps, each one for a specific chunk, a specific piece of the puzzle. And my next venture, but really I'm planning my next venture prior to this venture being over. And that's a goal setting strategy. So I have this process called the Magic Goal Setting Workshop to get anything you want. And I'm getting close to releasing that. But the idea is there's a couple different strategies to not get burnt out on top of goals. Because, you know, when we get to the top of these big goals, sometimes we can feel a little bit empty, like what's next? So in order to not get burnt out, you need to kind of overlap your treasure maps. Once you're almost to the point of finding your treasure in one map, you need to set your next goal, set your next treasure right before you accomplish and get your goal. Then right before you get it, you set your next one, but then you forget about that next one until you fully accomplish the one you got. Take a little bit of breather, take a little rest, and then boom, you're back on top because you have a next focus. I like keeping the focuses in front of me. I like keeping my focuses in front of me, because if I can keep the focus of getting my stuff done, but the only really way I could do that is if I have a direct thing to be doing at the time. When I feel unproductive, it's because I don't know what to do next, or I know what to do next, but I'm really confused on that topic because I don't have enough skills yet needed to execute that topic properly. So then I have to go out, learn a few more things in order to come back. So that's part of your treasure map too, learning. And actually, what I'm finding is rest needs to be part of my treasure map. Rest needs to be added into my treasure map, because if I don't intentionally add rest into my treasure map, then I won't do it. So just understand that your treasure map is the massive action plan leading to your treasure. And when I say it that way, it makes a little bit more sense. I'm gonna stand up here. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm nice and sore from these hikes, I need to start, maybe one of my 30-day challenges will be yoga. But then I can't film it for you guys. There's other people in the class. Unless I just did yoga by myself, but that's kind of takes the fun out of yoga. Anyways, so build your treasure map, but your treasure map, like I said, is your massive action plan leading to your treasure. And if you think about it that way, that gives me a really good idea on how to really wrap my head around it. Massive action plan. It's like, what are the big things I got to do? And then after you define that 30,000 foot view, now you can start getting lower and closer to the ground. And you can start saying, now what do I have to do specifically, detailed? But you do that first. It's like building your script before you write the movie. But once you build your script, then you got to produce it. Then there's a whole script there's a whole big thing to do on how to build the team and actually get all the equipment needed and schedule the days out and all that kind of stuff. That's part of the treasure map. That's another part of the treasure map. The script is the initial part. So every piece, in order to go from concept all the way to completion in anything, there is a map or a strategy that you follow. And I'm calling that your treasure map, because that's your massive action plan leading to your treasure. And then what is your treasure? Your treasure is your gold. That's part of your gold. So the more treasure you can find, the more treasure you can dig up out of the mountain of your mind, that is what's gonna be the thing that's gonna help you change your life. Because a lot of times we're digging up everybody else's aluminum. Or maybe we're digging up their gold, but it's only aluminum for us. We're just like, this is not that valuable to me. The only reason it's valuable to me is because you guys are giving me money every single week or every single month that I dig up this gold for you and aluminum for me. And if you feel that right now in your job or whatever you're doing right now, that you're digging up everybody else's gold, but you're never finding your own, you're never taking the time to dig for your own gold. It's time to do that right now. It's time to start digging for your own gold. And that's what the 30-day challenge helps you do. Helps you focus on yourself at 30 days, make it a habit to focus on yourself for 30 days in order to establish some really good goals for your future moving forward. So that's your treasure map. I hope you got some benefit, because without a map, you're still gonna go somewhere, but you're gonna end up completely unfamiliar territory. And I don't want that to happen for you. I want you to achieve your goals. I want you to set some goals, first off, that are personal goals. And here's the other thing I want you to understand. Have you been digging for your gold for 12 years and you just are jaded and you don't think that it's even there anymore? The goal that you want, it's not even there anymore. And you know what? It is. You might have either been digging in the wrong spot, or you're really, really close to your gold right now, if you've been strategically digging. But if you've been digging for 12 years, there's a chance you're digging in the wrong spot. And there's a chance that you let someone else build your map for you. So that's the other thing. We can't outsource the dig. We can't outsource the map building process. We need to build our own map. We can get other people to help us with it, but here's the thing. When someone else comes to you with their shiny idea, it could be a good idea. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. But if someone else comes to you with their good shiny idea, you need to evaluate it. It could be good to help them, but also that's their treasure. That's their gold. And maybe you're supposed to help them find their gold. And maybe that can also possibly be gold for you. However, if you didn't build that map, if they're recruiting you, bringing you in, that's their gold, right? That's their treasure map that you're gonna help them find. And that's okay. That's totally okay also. But there comes a time in your life when you need to build your own map and get other people to help you dig for your gold and find your gold. But you need to start doing it first. You need to build the map first before you can recruit anybody to come help you find your gold. And in the beginning, right now, you can just start digging for your gold. Just start planning on how you can help other people help you in the future. Like right now, I'm doing a team's worth of work by myself, and I have recruited a handful of people to help me, but those people, I don't know them. They're freelancers on freelancer.com and Fiverr, and I've just been having them do some just basic tasks of time-consuming stuff. Like I did my whole courses. I filmed my whole courses, my authorpreneur courses. I filmed those courses for the Find Your Gold series. And as soon as I filmed those courses, I got them transcribed. Now they were 7 episodes, about 3 hours of transcribed words. I could go through that and fix it and make it readable, but that would have just taken me a lot of time, and I have a lot of other things on my treasure map that I could be doing right now that are higher priority. So that is a high priority though, so I sent it into Fiverr. Boom. $100, they ran through that, I think it was 25,000 words, and made it readable. And I found the right person, and she did a really, really good job. So then I got that back, and then I reformatted that into an entire book. And it only took me 2 days to take my transcript of the course and build an actual full book of it. It's a published book on Amazon right now. I published it yesterday, but I didn't launch it yet. It's called the Golden Paradigm Shift Workshop. The Golden Paradigm Shift Workshop. That's the book that I published yesterday. You guys can check it out on Amazon if you want. Right now, it's available to buy. But nobody's really gonna buy it until I tell them why to buy it, until I build my marketing campaign. And this is what I'm realizing now. I'm building an entire additional treasure map right now, beyond Finding Your Gold. I'm building my next treasure map. Like I said, the goal setting strategy. Set your next goal before you're done with, when you can see the finish line, and before you're done, set the next goal. So then when you do get done, you'll have something to just vector right onto. And since I'm gonna do this 30-day challenge with you guys next time, on the next 30-day challenge I do on how to write your book in 30 days, that is what I'm developing my new treasure map for. I'm developing the treasure map for my authorpreneur strategy. My authorpreneur strategy is how to write your book and build a business beneath your book. So the book is not the point in my strategy. The book is the flag on top of the tip of the iceberg of my strategy. The book is the shiny object that shows people that there's an iceberg there. The rest of it underneath it is the iceberg. And that's the thing, that's the authorpreneur strategy that I'm developing right now, that I'm enacting with the Find Your Gold products and my membership sites and all that kind of stuff. But my second one that I'm designing right now is the authorpreneur one. The reason I'm bringing this up is because I've discovered some pretty incredible things as I was building my next treasure map for my authorpreneur strategy. It is such a big goal to write a book. It's a big goal to write your book. I'm finding the really easy ways to do it. And when I say easy, I don't mean what some people think I mean. It's still hard work, but it's not as intimidating anymore. It's doable, totally doable. So that's what I want to mention. So I've been building my other treasure map, the authorpreneur strategy, to build a business beneath your book. And here's what I'm finding. There's 3 kinds of content. This is, if you guys want to get a note and a pen and a piece of paper right now, this is really good content I'm giving you right now. If you want to write your book, you can go sell your book for $20. However, if you really want to make some money, and you're not famous, so if you're famous, you can go be a New York Times bestseller and sell a whole bunch of books and maybe make $1 million up front or something silly. But for everybody else out there, we're gonna write our book, we're gonna put it out there, and we're not famous, so nobody's really gonna know to go buy it yet. So it's not necessarily gonna change our bank account after we write our book, unless we do a couple things. Instead of writing my book first on this next process, so for Your Gold Mind, I wrote my book first, then I started developing my courses because I didn't know about an authorpreneur strategy at that time. I just really needed to write a book. So I wrote my book and I published it and it became a #1 bestseller. So I built that strategy, figured that strategy out for the #1 bestseller. But it still is, any of these big goals, when you achieve them, can still kind of feel like a letdown when you're in the middle of them. Because it's like, what did I expect? What did I expect out of being a bestseller? Did I expect just, I don't know, what did I expect? You know, so when your expectations don't match actual happens, sometimes we can feel a little bit let down. Now, I wasn't too let down, but what I understood is that this is the new process. The book comes basically almost last, writing the book. So here's what we got to do as part of the authorpreneur strategy. The authorpreneur strategy, it's author and entrepreneur. Entrepreneur means you're making some money. Author means you're writing a book. So how do you make some money? You first build your treasure map and decide what you want to talk about. Then I have some foundational structures that I've been building off all of these teachers that I've been learning from, and some frameworks that I'm building. So then you basically build an outline. You build an outline of what you want to talk about. But you're not building an outline of what you want to talk about as a book form. You're building the marketing first. There's 3 kinds of content, so you want to write this down. There's 3 kinds of content that you're going to need to make any kind of money from your book. First kind of content, or from any kind of ideas you have in your head, thoughts. From your thoughts, ideas, circumstances. First, you need free content. You also need paid content, and you also need ad content. So those are the 3 kinds of content you're going to need to create. You're going to need to become a content creator. But the cool thing is, once you create this content, you're not going to have to ship it, unless you build physical workbooks, which I am doing too. So there is going to be some shipping involved for the people that want it, not shipping for everybody. So but here's the thing. So you build 3 kinds of content: free content, paid content, and ad content. But now we got to talk about, there's a lot of content there in those 3 fingers. So now we have to prioritize what kind of content do we build first. Now, if you have a big team, maybe you can enact all 3 of those like all at once. But with me, I'm one person, so I have to do one at a time. So the strategy behind it that I'm finding out is that we make our ad content first. We build our VSLs, we build our funnels, we map it out, figure out who our avatar is, figure out who we're talking to, who's our customer. We do all that homework. We build the outline of what we're talking about, what's going to take our customer from where they don't want to be to where they do want to be. We build that framework, and then on every step along that process. Now, this is called the Escape Arrival Framework, if you guys know who Frank Kern is. Escape Arrival. The Escape Arrival Framework is where we find out who our customer is, and we ask ourselves, what do they want to escape from, and where do they want to arrive to, and what are their problems, and how are our products going to offer them solutions for where they want to escape from and arrive to. So when you do your Escape Arrival Framework, there's a whole bunch of there's a circle here and a circle here. That's your timeline. And in the middle of your timeline, you put little lines. Each one of those little lines is one step in the process from what it takes to escape and arrive. Now, once you get that whole stuff built, now you know, okay, this is who I want to talk to. This is what I want to say. This is what they need to know in order to take themselves to the next level. So now you know a whole bunch of stuff. Now you go through the process of building all of your video sales letters, your VSLs, and your websites. And you can wait till the funnel happens later, but you still haven't built your courses. You're building your advertising first, because the advertising helps you dial in who you're talking to really, really detailed. So here's the key. Build your advertising first. Get all your advertising VSLs transcribed. Put your advertising VSLs into a book, because the advertising VSLs are educational VSLs. We're teaching people things in the VSLs. We don't want to put a video sales letter out there that's just sales. We want a video sales letter out there that teaches and sells. I want to teach people every time I put a video or a piece of content out there. And if you can do that, then people are going to feel like you've provided them value before you sell them something. So that's the key strategy that I'm working with. So we do our ad content first, we transcribe that ad content, we put it into a book. As soon as that is into a book, now we have one of 2 options. We can either start making our free content, or we can start building our courses. I would assume a good strategy would be build your courses next, because now you have their full outline to work with, and because you just build all your advertising. So now you can get really deep dive in the courses. Then you got to put all your courses up on membership sites. There's a couple really cool places to host your stuff at. I like Kartra, Kartra, and there's another really cool one that I just heard from Sunny Lenarduzzi called Thinkific. And that's for online courses. And I might actually start using that. So thanks, Sunny. That was really awesome. I do like that website. So this is my strategy: marketing first, courses second, free content third, and then you start releasing your free content. You set a release date, which is your launch date, but you publish your book, you become a bestseller, and then you launch it. It's a process. It's a little bit out of order, it seems, but it's not. And I got reasons for it all. So I can't wait to share with you the entire format of that strategy. But right now, I'm in the middle of my strategy. I'm in the middle of that strategy. So if you find value in that strategy, you can do it too. But I'm right here in the middle. Like, I'm getting close. I'm probably 85% done with my strategy right now. And as soon as I get done, you're gonna know, because I'm gonna be launching. And I believe launch is gonna be August 1st on all my funnel webs and courses and all that kind of stuff. And that's gonna be available for some really good deals starting August 1st. But that's what I'm going through. I hope you guys got some benefit and value out of this episode today, because I'm just trying to do what it takes to make this world a better place by becoming the best version of me that I can possibly become. So I just want to say thank you also for doing the same thing, because you're awesome. I love you so much, and your 30-day challenge is worth it because you're worth it, and I know you can make it happen because you are awesome and you're incredible. I love you so much. My name's David A. Stone. Have an incredible week, and until next time, develop awesome skills and go find your gold.